Ah, traveler, it's always good to see you. I have a tale, if you have time to listen.
Rodney died thinking his life was finally about to begin. Instead, it was being audited. Nerfed Life, New Game Plus. Chapter 1. Arrival and Judgment. Rodney's vision fractured into ribbons of white and gold, stretching across infinity like taffy pulled thin by the impatient hands of the cosmos. He felt himself spinning. No, tumbling. No, dissolving. As if his consciousness was being dragged through a funnel far too narrow for anything calling itself a person to reasonably fit inside. There was no breath, no heartbeat, just sensation, raw, electric, overwhelming. Every part of him, every memory, obsession, regret, fantasy, every late-night anime binge and half-hearted attempt at self-improvement flashed through him like strobing images projected inside a collapsing star. Some came bright and sharp, others smeared like wet paint under a storm. Then the light constricted, snapped, and reality collided with him with all the grace of a dropped hard drive. Rodney wasn't sure he was standing so much as being held in place by something unseen. His feet, if he still had feet, rested upon a vast plain of ivory marble. The surface wasn't cold, or warm, or neutral. It simply existed with intention, as if the floor knew he was here, recognized him, and tolerated his presence with the weary patience of an ancient librarian. Above stretched a sky that made no earthly sense. Not black, more like a deep cosmic violet where light swam instead of shone. Constellations shimmered and drifted like living things, stars rearranging themselves whenever he tried to draw meaning from them. Some formed shapes that felt familiar, then dissolved the moment comprehension approached. A celestial tease. For the first time in his life, maybe the first time ever, Rodney felt awe that wasn't forced, performative, or triggered by animated women with improbable anatomy. And then, she appeared. No flash of light, no dramatic explosion. She simply was, the way a sunrise doesn't arrive, but reveals itself. A goddess. She hovered several inches above the marble, as though gravity itself bowed to her presence. Black wavy hair drifted behind her like ink suspended in water, strands catching glimmers of starlight, tiny galaxies trapped in soft curls. Her cream-colored skin held a gentle radiance that didn't glare or overpower. It glowed with a purity that felt ancient and untouched. Her robes flowed in perfect balance between celestial and inviting, white and soft, with purple embroidery along the edges that shimmered faintly with enchantment. The fabric moved as if underwater, each ripple controlled by something more graceful than wind. The neckline dipped. Not indecently, but enough. Enough to derail Rodney's ability to perform basic mental arithmetic. His mind tried to form a coherent thought. Instead, it crashed. But her eyes, those were beyond mortal lust. Deep violet, alive, swirling like twin nebulas caught mid-birth, looking not at him, but through him, like she was reading everything he ever was at once. Her voice drifted forth, gentle and melodic, like a bell rung underwater. Rodney Hunter. He blinked. Yeah? Present? Her expression did not change. Serene, calm, almost kind. There was no irritation yet, just the careful, patient look of a teacher who already knew this student was going to be exhausting. "You arrived unexpectedly," she murmured as she drifted closer. "Your soul crossed over faster than most. I have not reviewed your history yet." Rodney's heart, his figurative one, leapt with stupid, reckless hope. This was it. The dream. The isekai starter pack. Hot goddess? Check. Mysterious afterlife? Check. Possibility of cheat powers? Double check. He tried to straighten himself despite lacking a body. Then her gaze deepened, threading through his spirit like gentle fingers pulling apart tangled string. She sifted through what he was, what he pretended to be, and what he wanted to forget. I see. Small acts of care, she murmured. You helped your little brother. Patient, persistent. Even when your mother struggled, you tried to make her proud. Rodney's chest tightened. He hadn't expected that. Not this soon. Not ever. He remembered yesterday's call, awkward, rushed, him not knowing what to say to the man who still tried to reach out to him after everything. Her expression softened. Not pity, something deeper. And your father, his passing. You carry more grief than you admit. The wound is old, the ache, still fresh. His throat constricted. He couldn't speak. She was seeing too much. How he tried, how he failed, how he never let himself cry because someone had to stay strong. Rodney lowered his head. The marble beneath him rippled faintly. Then, the shift, the snap, the sympathy vanished. Now, she said, tone flattening, let us review your internet history. Rodney froze. His soul shriveled. Hope died quickly. Her expression moved from curiosity to confusion to disbelief to a weary, cosmic migraine. What, she asked carefully, is a bunny-made kingdom, and why have you watched it for 300 hours? Rodney made a sound between a cough and a whimper. I was just re-watching it a few times. And this forum account, she scrolled deeper. Is this truly how you spend your nights? Arguing about patch notes? Calling strangers skill-issue peasants? Claiming you one-shot the boss on your first try? Rodney wanted to fold into nothing. Then her eyes stopped, widened. Oh my. 2 tiny words, utterly terrifying. Rodney, she whispered, voice trembling. Why is 74% of your browser history? Don't say it. She said it anyway. Animated adult content. Silence. The kind that follows a public execution of dignity. This is concerning, she said at last. Truly revolting. Oh, lost one, she sighed. I have the perfect place to send you. Cold swallowed him. Weightless. Endless. For the first time since dying, Rodney realized he was cosmically screwed. So, hey, he said quickly, raising a finger like he was ordering a drink under threat. Before you send me anywhere, do I get any skills? A stat screen? Cheat powers? You know, standard starter pack. She didn't look at him, not even slightly. He tried again. Okay, thinking. Very normal. I'll just stand here. Silence. Worse silence. The stars dimmed above them, as if embarrassed. Maybe a small perk? Rodney pressed. A harem thing? Tasteful. Modest. Maybe elves. Everything stopped. She drifted toward him until her face hovered inches from his. You want what? Just a small harem, reasonable size. Her expression collapsed into pure, exhausted defeat. Lost one, she said softly. I have reviewed your history, in detail. She exhaled. Galaxies shuddered. You will never be entrusted with a harem. Rodney's mouth opened. She straightened, smoothing her robes, professional once more. But do not worry, she said crisply. Your skills and blessings have been assigned. Everything is sorted. His eyes lit up. Really? Wait, what did you give? Next time. Rodney learns that reincarnation comes with terms and conditions. Goddesses can make mistakes, and the tutorial zone is not meant for beginners. Especially not him.
Wasn't that interesting? Now don't forget to subscribe for more.
And ring the bell for your server.